back, dear listeners, to another episode of Within and Without, a path to mindful living. I'm Arya Elena, your host and fellow seeker on this transformative journey. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or have been with us from the start, thank you for joining us as we explore the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita and its relevance to our lives today. In our last episode, we delved into Chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, where Krishna revealed the divine's opulence, the ways in which the sacred manifests in everything around us, from the light of the sun and moon to the courage in our hearts. Together, Ryan and I reflected on how recognizing the divine in the world and within ourselves can inspire awe, gratitude, and deeper connection. Today, we take a bold step forward with Chapter 11, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, also known as the Yoga of the Universal Form. This chapter is a turning point in the Gita, a moment of profound revelation where Krishna unveils his cosmic form to Arjuna. Imagine seeing the entire universe, the past, present, and future, contained within a single divine vision. It's a breathtaking moment that transforms Arjuna's understanding of the divine and his role in the cosmic order. But this chapter isn't just about awe-inspiring visuals. It's about surrender, humility, and the human yearning to understand the infinite. It's a reminder that while we may strive to comprehend the vastness of existence, there are moments when we simply need to bow in reverence to its mystery. Joining me, as always, is my co-host and thoughtful guide, Ryan Wells. Ryan, Chapter 11 feels like the culmination of Krishna's teachings so far. It's no longer just philosophy or metaphors. It's an experiential moment of truth. What do you think makes this chapter so significant?
Thanks, Arya. You're absolutely right. Chapter 11 is transformative. It takes Krishna's teachings to a whole new level by offering Arjuna a direct experience of the divine. For Arjuna, this isn't just about hearing or believing. It's about seeing and feeling the infinite. This vision of Krishna's universal form, or Vishwarupa, is overwhelming in its grandeur. It's as if Krishna is saying, here is the reality behind everything I've been teaching you. What makes it even more powerful is Arjuna's reaction. At first, he's in awe, marveling at Krishna's boundless presence, but as he begins to grasp the full scope of the divine's vastness, including its destructive power, his awe turns to fear. This moment teaches us a lot about humility and the importance of surrender when faced with the incomprehensible.
That's such an important point, Ryan. And I think this chapter resonates deeply with our own experiences of the unknown. Whether it's standing beneath a star-filled sky, facing a life-changing decision, or grappling with the mysteries of life and death, there are moments when we're reminded of how vast and interconnected everything is, and how small we are in comparison. Krishna's universal form speaks to that universal human experience of awe and reverence. As we explore this chapter today, we'll uncover its teachings on the nature of the infinite, the necessity of surrender, and the transformative power of humility. We'll also connect Krishna's revelations to the insights of contemporary spiritual masters like Sadhguru and Eckhart Tolle, who guide us toward unity and transcendence in the modern age. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Within and Without, a path to mindful living. Subscribing helps you stay connected to future episodes and supports our growing community of seekers. Now, let's embark on this incredible journey into Chapter 11, where Krishna reveals the infinite. Ryan, are you ready to guide us through this cosmic experience?
Absolutely, Arya. Let's dive into this chapter and explore what it means to stand in awe of the divine and to embrace our place within its vastness.
Chapter 11 is one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring moments in the Bhagavad Gita. It takes everything Krishna has been teaching Arjuna and transforms it into a direct, experiential revelation. Ryan, let's begin with Krishna's decision to reveal his Vishwarupa, or universal form. What do you think this vision signifies in the context of the Gita?
It's a culmination of Krishna's teachings, Arya. Up until this point, Krishna has been guiding Arjuna through philosophical concepts, detachment, devotion, and the nature of the self. But now he offers Arjuna a glimpse of the divine reality behind those teachings. The Vishwarupa represents Krishna's infinite nature as both the creator and destroyer, encompassing all of time, space, and existence. It's a powerful reminder that the divine isn't limited to human understanding. It's vast, all-encompassing, and beyond comprehension.
Absolutely, Ryan. Krishna's universal form shows Arjuna the interconnectedness of all things, the past, present, and future woven together in one divine vision. But it's not just a beautiful image, it's also overwhelming. As Arjuna witnesses the vastness and destructive power of Krishna's form, his awe turns to fear. What does this shift in Arjuna's perspective teach us about our own relationship with the infinite?
It's a profound lesson in humility and surrender, Arya. When Arjuna first sees the Vishwarupa, he's amazed by its grandeur and beauty. But as he realizes the scope of Krishna's power, especially the destructive aspect, he becomes fearful and recognizes his own smallness. This mirrors our own encounters with the unknown, whether it's the mysteries of the universe, the complexity of life, or the inevitability of death. Arjuna's reaction reminds us that true understanding begins with surrender, letting go of ego and embracing the divine as it is, not as we want it to be.
That's such a powerful insight, Ryan. And Krishna doesn't just show Arjuna this vision, he also explains its significance. He says, "I am time, the great destroyer, here to destroy the worlds." This reminds us that creation and destruction are two sides of the same coin, both part of the divine order. How do you think this perspective can help us navigate change and loss in our own lives?
It's a transformative perspective, Arya. Krishna's role as the destroyer isn't about chaos, it's about the cyclical nature of existence. Just as seasons change and old structures make way for the new, destruction is part of growth and renewal. By recognizing this, we can approach change and loss with greater acceptance, seeing them as necessary parts of life's flow. Contemporary spiritual teachers like Sadhguru often emphasize this idea, encouraging us to align with life's cycles rather than resisting them.
Yes, Sadhguru often talks about the importance of embracing life's impermanence. He says that when we stop clinging to what is temporary, we open ourselves to the vastness of existence. Similarly, Eckhart Tolle speaks about transcending the ego and finding peace in the present moment, which allows us to connect with the infinite. How do you see these modern teachings aligning with Krishna's Vishwarupa?
They're deeply connected, Arya. Krishna's universal form is a direct representation of the interconnectedness and impermanence that Sadhguru and Tolle talk about. It reminds us that the ego's desire for control is an illusion. We're part of something much greater. By letting go of that illusion, we can experience the unity and peace that Krishna reveals to Arjuna.
That's beautifully said, Ryan. And Krishna also emphasizes the role of devotion in understanding his universal form. He tells Arjuna that this vision isn't accessible through intellectual effort alone. It requires faith, love, and surrender. What does this teach us about the balance between knowledge and devotion on the spiritual path?
It's a crucial balance, Arya. While knowledge provides us with tools to understand the divine intellectually, devotion opens the heart to experience it directly. Krishna's universal form teaches us that the divine is too vast to be grasped by the mind alone. It must also be felt and trusted. This is why Krishna says, "Only by undivided devotion can I be known as I am." It's a reminder that love and surrender are just as important as study and reflection.
Exactly, Ryan. And this balance between knowledge and devotion is something we can all cultivate in our daily lives. Listeners, as you reflect on Krishna's Vishwarupa, think about moments in your life that have inspired awe or humility. How did those experiences shape your understanding of the world and your place in it? And how might embracing surrender and devotion help you deepen your connection with the infinite?
That's a powerful question, Arya. And as we move forward, we'll explore how Krishna's Vishwarupa resonates with spiritual teachings across cultures and traditions.
To fully grasp the significance of Chapter 11 and Krishna's revelation of the Vishwarupa, it helps to place it in the historical and cultural context of the Bhagavad Gita. Ryan, why do you think this moment of cosmic revelation is such a pivotal turning point in the Gita's narrative?
Great question, Arya. The Gita unfolds on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where Arjuna is grappling with a profound moral and spiritual crisis. Up until this point, Krishna has been guiding Arjuna through philosophical teachings on duty, detachment, and devotion. But chapter 11 marks a shift from intellectual understanding to experiential realization. By revealing his Vishwarupa, Krishna gives Arjuna a direct encounter with the divine, showing him the infinite, all-encompassing nature of existence. It's a moment that moves Arjuna from doubt to surrender.
Exactly, Ryan. And this shift from philosophy to direct experience is emblematic of Indian spirituality. In the Vedic tradition, much emphasis was placed on rituals and intellectual study, which were often accessible only to the elite. The Gita, and especially chapter 11, democratizes spirituality by showing that the divine is accessible to anyone with devotion and openness. How do you see this reflecting broader spiritual trends of the time?
It's a significant evolution, Arya. The Gita emerged during a period of transition in Indian spirituality, where bhakti, devotion, was beginning to take prominence. Chapter 11 reinforces this by emphasizing that Arjuna's ability to see the Vishwarupa isn't due to his intellect, but his devotion and faith. It's a powerful reminder that spirituality is about the heart as much as the mind. This theme would later become central to the Bhakti movement, which made spirituality accessible to all, regardless of caste or education.
And this idea of universal access to the divine isn't unique to the Gita. Around the same time, spiritual traditions in other parts of the world were also emphasizing personal connection to the sacred. In Christianity, for instance, the Transfiguration of Christ reveals his divine nature to his closest disciples, much like Krishna reveals his cosmic form to Arjuna. How do you see these moments as being similar?
They're deeply similar, Arya. Both Krishna's Vishwarupa and the Transfiguration are moments of revelation where the divine transcends ordinary perception. In both cases, the disciples, Arjuna for Krishna and Peter, James, and John for Jesus, are overwhelmed by the experience. These revelations aren't just about demonstrating power, they're about inspiring faith and devotion, helping the disciples understand their role in the greater cosmic plan.
That's such an insightful parallel, Ryan. And we see similar themes in Buddhism as well. During moments of deep meditation, practitioners often describe visions of interconnectedness and boundlessness that align with Krishna's universal form. This emphasis on direct experience over intellectual understanding is a cornerstone of many spiritual traditions. How do you think Krishna's Vishwarupa compares to these meditative experiences?
It's very much in alignment, Arya. Krishna's universal form represents the ultimate interconnectedness of all life, the past, present, and future unified in one cosmic vision. In Buddhism, the concept of pratati samutpada, dependent origination, describes how all things are interconnected. Meditative experiences often bring practitioners face to face with this truth, much like Arjuna's vision of the Vishwarupa. Both serve to dissolve the ego and instill a sense of humility and reverence.
Beautifully said, Ryan. And indigenous traditions also resonate with this theme. Many indigenous cultures emphasize seeing oneself as part of a greater whole, often expressed through rituals that connect individuals to the earth, the cosmos, and their ancestors. Krishna's Vishwarupa mirrors this idea by showing Arjuna the interconnected web of existence, where destruction and creation, the finite and the infinite, coexist.
Exactly, Arya. These traditions remind us that spirituality isn't just about looking inward. It's about recognizing our place within a vast, interconnected universe. Krishna's revelation invites us to see ourselves as part of this divine whole, fostering a sense of responsibility and reverence for life.
Listeners, as you reflect on this historical and cultural context, consider how Krishna's message in chapter 11 resonates with your own experiences. Have you ever encountered moments that made you feel connected to something greater than yourself? How did those moments shape your understanding of the world and your place in it?
It's a powerful question, Arya. And as we move forward, we'll explore how Krishna's teachings in chapter 11 can be applied to our modern lives, helping us cultivate awe, surrender, and a deeper connection to the infinite.
Krishna's revelation of the Vishwarupa isn't just a poetic moment in the Gita. It's a profound teaching about our place in the universe. But how do we translate this vision of the infinite into the context of our modern lives? Ryan, let's start with Krishna's invitation to see the divine as both vast and intimate. How do you think this perspective can influence the way we live today?
It's transformative, Arya. Krishna's Vishwarupa reminds us that we're part of something much greater than ourselves. This awareness can shift how we approach daily life. For example, when we see ourselves as interconnected with the universe, it fosters humility and gratitude. It can also reduce stress. We realize that while our individual challenges are significant, they're part of a much larger cosmic flow.
That's such a grounding perspective, Ryan. And this sense of interconnectedness is deeply relevant in today's world, especially in the context of environmental awareness. Krishna's universal form shows us that creation and destruction are part of the same divine cycle. How might this inspire us to live more sustainably?
It's a powerful call to action, Arya. When we see rivers, mountains, and forests as part of the divine, as Krishna's Vishwarupa suggests, it changes how we treat them. We're more likely to protect and nurture the earth, recognizing that our actions impact the larger whole. This aligns with modern ecological movements that emphasize living in harmony with nature. Practices like reducing waste, supporting conservation, and choosing sustainable products become acts of reverence for the sacredness of the planet.
Yes, and it's a reminder that spirituality isn't separate from how we live. It's woven into every choice we make. Krishna also emphasizes the role of surrender in understanding the universal form. He tells Arjuna to let go of fear and ego, and instead align with the divine flow. How do you think this teaching applies to modern challenges like stress and decision-making?
It's incredibly practical, Arya. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel the need to control everything, our careers, relationships, even the future. Krishna's teaching on surrender invites us to release that need for control and trust the process of life. This doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of resistance and aligning with what's unfolding. Contemporary teachers like Eckhart Tolle emphasize this too, encouraging us to be present and trust the flow rather than clinging to outcomes.
That's such a valuable lesson, Ryan. And surrender doesn't just reduce stress, it also deepens our spiritual connection. When we stop resisting the unknown, we open ourselves to experiences of awe and wonder, much like Arjuna did when he saw the Vishwarupa. How can we cultivate this sense of awe in our everyday lives?
It's about intentionally pausing to appreciate the vastness around us, Arya. Stargazing, watching a sunrise, or even marveling at the intricate design of a leaf can help us connect with the infinite. Sadhguru often talks about the importance of being in nature to experience its intelligence and interconnectedness. By stepping out of our routines and into moments of stillness, we can tap into that same sense of awe that Krishna reveals to Arjuna.
That's such a beautiful practice, Ryan, and it's something all of us can do, whether it's spending time in nature, meditating, or simply observing the world with fresh eyes. Listeners, think about this. What inspires awe in your life? How can you bring more moments of reverence and connection into your daily routine?
It's a question worth reflecting on, Arya, and for those of us navigating challenges, this perspective can be deeply healing. When we remember that we're part of something vast and interconnected, it becomes easier to let go of fear and trust the bigger picture.
Beautifully said, Ryan. And that's the heart of Krishna's teaching in chapter 11, that the infinite isn't distant or inaccessible. It's present in the flow of life, the people we meet, and even in the challenges we face. Up next, I'll guide you through a mindfulness exercise inspired by Krishna's Vishwarupa to help you connect with this sense of awe and unity. Let's take a few moments to center ourselves with a short mindfulness exercise inspired by Krishna's teachings in chapter 8. Find a comfortable position, sitting on a chair or the floor. Let your hands rest gently on your knees, and if you're comfortable, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. As you breathe, bring your attention to the rhythm of your inhale and exhale, letting your mind settle into stillness. Now, silently chant the sound Om with each breath. Inhale, think Om, and exhale, feeling its vibration flow through your body. Visualize a warm light growing at the center of your chest with each breath, representing the eternal self that Krishna describes. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale, letting go of any tension. Slowly open your eyes and return to the present moment, carrying this sense of peace with you into the rest of your day. This simple practice can help you connect with the eternal and cultivate calm in any moment of stress.
It's a powerful reflection, Arya. And as we move into the final segment of this episode, we'll share practical ways to apply Krishna's teachings from Chapter 11 in your daily life. Stay with us.
Before we close today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound teachings of Chapter 11, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Krishna's revelation of his universal form invites us to see the infinite not as something distant, but as the very fabric of existence. It's a reminder that awe, surrender, and humility are essential parts of our spiritual journey. Now I'd love to hear from you, our listeners. Here are a few questions to guide your reflections. What moments in your life have inspired a sense of awe or connection to something greater? How do you practice surrender and humility in your daily life? What lessons from Krishna's Vishwarupa resonate with your personal beliefs or spiritual practices?
These are beautiful questions, Arya. And remember, listeners, there's no single way to experience the infinite. Whether it's through a quiet moment in nature, a deep conversation, or a personal challenge, every experience of awe and surrender brings us closer to the divine. Share your thoughts with us in the comments.
And if today's discussion inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Within and Without, a path to mindful living. Subscribing helps you stay connected to future episodes and supports our growing community of seekers. Together, we can explore the profound wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita and beyond. Ryan, as we wrap up, what's one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to carry with them from Chapter 11?
For me, Arya, it's the idea that experiencing the infinite transforms us. Krishna's Vishwarupa shows us that the divine is vast, powerful, and beyond comprehension, but also present in every moment. It's a reminder to approach life with curiosity, humility, and love, knowing that we're part of something far greater.
Beautifully said, Ryan. And listeners, as Krishna teaches us, the infinite isn't something we have to search for. It's already here, within us and around us. In our next episode, we'll explore Chapter 12, the Yoga of Devotion, where Krishna delves into the beauty of bhakti, or devotion. It's a chapter that celebrates love as the highest path to the divine, and we can't wait to share it with you. Until then, stay mindful, stay connected, and remember, the infinite is closer than you think. Thank you for joining us on Within and Without, a path to mindful living, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.
Join us on Within and Without, a path to mindful living, as we explore the art of mindfulness together. Subscribe to our channel for more insights and practices to bring mindfulness into your everyday life.